J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Hey, what episode. That was a good finale. And to me, for this BMF season 4 finale, I think it was a good finale. I enjoyed it. It's a good show. I was watching it. Whoever writes on this show, I can tell has a little more experience with some of the life or things that's going on, or they getting more input or something, because it was a couple of conversations that how it went down, I believe, is how it may have really went down with these type of things. For example, we see the end of B-Mickie and the end of Lamar. Now, what I mean by how I think they got really good experience or whatever the case, because when T and Meech decided they gonna get rid of B-Mickie, and they talk with Hoop and how they set him up, pretend that we still good, meet up, boy. And then when he met up with B-Mickie and he was talking, got B-Mickie to open up and tell how, man, they took everything from me and da. That was real right there. Not that I've been on either side of that. I've been on the side of catching somebody saying some stuff crazy, but not in the game like that. Just people talking crazy, but it was no life or death stakes. But how they did that, boy, it's a dirty game out there, boy. But this was a good episode to me. I liked it a lot. I don't really see too many things wrong with it. Other than it may not be historically accurate, because in real life, the Lamar character is still alive. But hey, man, in the TV show, they had him doing too much to keep living and getting away. So I'm kind of cool with him getting taken out. And what I like about this episode with that, because I was thinking, how they gonna do this? So they gonna have, because I've said this before, a lot of you all that watch and know how I talk about this, I've said that they do a good job of protecting Meech and Terry in a sense of not showing them actually committing murks. You know what I'm saying? Because it is no statute of limitation in that. And even though they can say it's not real or this or that or it's exaggerated, you still may not want to have this put out there like that. It may come back to bite you. So I'm thinking, okay, they directly setting up B-Mickie. How are they going to do this without it being that they, because even if they set him up and who pulled the trigger, they can still be implicated in the Merkins. But this was actually kind of genius how they did it, although Lamar did have a million bullets in that damn gun. But they kind of had Lamar, B-Mickie, and Bryant come, which I was thinking, oh no, how they gonna get out of this one? But I think that was genius. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all putting in a lot of good comments, so I'm about to get to them. But yeah, Lamar and B-Mickie died this episode, and it was genius to me how they did it, considering they didn't have Meech and Terry pull the trigger. So they had Hoop, who is Terry's right-hand man, you know, little short, stubby dude. He called B-Mickie and pretend like he didn't know B-Mickie was in Atlanta, talking about, hey, come down here. We about to make this move. We need you, da. So he come, they talk, they meet up. He like, man, Terry and them making the mess. Meech locked up for the dude that B-Mickie took out the last episode. Then he like, yeah, man, everything messed up. So he fall for it, open up. Now, when they go for the meetup spot, how it was genius is that they first I got mad because they of course got to talk too damn much like all movies. I'm like, just shoot them, but they talking too much. And then Lamar show up and he got B-Mickie girl as like a human shield, which B-Mickie like, don't you back, Meech. He got my family, which I'd have been like, man, whatever. So we see that Lamar, they did show Meech shoot Lamar in the leg, but he was still moving and everything. But then we see pretty much B-Mickie take out Lamar. And so B-Mickie take out Lamar, but then once that happened, because Lamar during this episode, which this is all in the beginning of the episode, really in the first 20 minutes. And so we see Lamar while he had, which I was wondering how this was gonna happen. I'm glad they showed he needed to get gas, although with that hearse, he would have had to get gas probably 5 or 6 times, which she should have escaped. But they did show him getting gas once from Detroit to Atlanta in that hearse, and she tried to escape, but it didn't work out anyway. Lamar, in his weird, twisted mind, thought that she was going to leave B-Mickie and be with him, and he would raise the daughter. And he told her that B-Mickie is the one that took out what's old girl name? I don't forgot her name, but he the one that killed B-Mickie, killed his old girlfriend. So once Lamar was laying there shot, she's holding Lamar, feeling bad for him, and she like, he told me you killed what's her name? Y'all tell me in the comments, man. But she like, yeah, he told me you killed such and such. So now at first I thought B-Mickie was gonna take her out, but he didn't. I'm glad, because that would have been crazy. Kato, thank you, Hope Lee. Kato. And y'all got some great comments. I'm gonna have to get to them in a second, man. But I want to get this thought out before I forget. Crystal said mayo. You spread that mayo. You spread it like mustard. It was mayo. No, it's Kato. But anyway, so she's holding Lamar. You're not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. And so Bryant pops in right on time. Now, Meech, Terry, and Hoop a little further away, still behind cover. So when they see Bryant come, Bryant sees Mickey first, standing over Lamar's body. So it looks to Bryant as if it could have been Lamar and B-Mickie there by themselves shooting at each other. And then B-Mickie, once Brian see him, he grabs his baby mama and use her as a human shield, talking about, I killed my last baby mama. I'll do it. I'm getting out of here. And so this was really good. Because although I doubt he may have did this, but Lamar shot multiple times in the chest, still had enough energy left to pull up that gun and shoot B-Mickie in the side, which then threw him off, and then he let go of his baby mama, and then Bryant finished him off, which was a perfect way of getting Meech and Terry out of doing that and having them kind of take each other out, and then Bryant taking out B-Mickie, which I guess didn't nobody give a damn about him doing that, even though, well, I guess if I was Brian and I'm a cop and these two right here, I'd have shot him too. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gonna sit there and try to talk it out, and he just did all of that. I don't know. Anyway, Brian do got an extra vendetta, so But that was the end of them, man. And damn, man, what was crazy to me at the end of that was that his baby mama was done with his ass. She called Lucille. She still had blood on her face, like, hey, look here, he dead, and I'm leaving the body to you. I don't even want the body. I ain't coming to the funeral. She's like, I ain't coming to the funeral. Hey, you get the body. Y'all his family now. I'm out. Like, what? So yeah, that was crazy. See how you say he on this Dre? He on his Dre moments? Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Support gaming. You say D Merck's B-Mickie hates his portrayal in the show. Ah, so he's still alive too, D Meeks. So that's interesting. I thought that B-Mickie was probably a combination of a couple characters, but from what Support Gaming saying, D Meeks, maybe who's the character based off of, I'm sure he hates that portrayal, especially now that they killed him and he's still alive. He like, hey, same thing with what you call it, Lamar. DeMarcus Vaughn, man, thank you for the super chat. You say welcome to the BMF universe, DeMarcus. DeMarcus. I don't know why I might have missed another comment, but I appreciate you for spreading love and the family over here. J Doe, what's good, man? First in the room. Rashonda, what's good? Mama Crystal, how you doing? Support Gaming, you say this need to be the final season. It is getting kind of, but I don't think it should be the final season because now I want to see what happened with Pops. Because Meech at the end, well, it wasn't even the end, but he had that big mansion, and Pops like, who? What? This your house? What? He like, yeah, you know. Pops like, oh snap! Lucille finally got what she wanted by herself. She was about to cry when Charles said, "I ain't going back." He did her Harlem Nights. Hey, I ain't never coming home again. You take care. I'm glad we finally wrap up what happened in Mexico. Once upon a time in Mexico. So, I'm looking right here. Oh, you said DeMarcus is LaWanda love interest. right. I forgot about that. I thought that was kind of messed up that they had to kiss and do all of that right in front of Terry. Hey, Terry 9 months pregnant at the end, ain't he? Did y'all see how big his belly was? I know he don't like his depiction in this show. I know he didn't like how big that belly was poked out like two basketballs at the end. And it looked, I don't know about y'all, but it's the perfect scene setup where we already knew that damn restaurant was gonna get shot up. At least I did. You got everybody there, and the way the scene was set up, I knew that they was gonna have a drive by. Markeisha, bad luck, man. Terry didn't put everybody in too much damn problems for Markeisha. Straight up. That fat suit, boy. They just put a fat belly on him. They gave him a woman pregnancy belly, minus the boobs. Yvonne Cox, but he's fat in real life. He is fat in real life. I don't know. I'll speak for me. I don't know when he gained so much weight, but he looks fat like a real person though in real life. The picture I seen, I ain't seen him lately. Long pictures. So I've seen younger pictures of him. I've seen a picture right when he first got out, but his belly looked pregnant. To me, it looked like a basketball belly. He didn't look fat up top, or it wasn't solid. It was anyway. It's just something funny to me. I'm sure they probably did that on purpose to piss him off. He probably don't watch it, but somebody will probably screenshot it and show him. But well, say, oh, let me get my water. We finally know what happened in Mexico, and I'm gonna talk about that because there's a couple things on that. I agree with Terry actually on that situation. I'm glad we finally learned what happened, although it took forever. So here's the thing. Meech is not all the way wrong. Just because I agree with Terry don't mean Meech is wrong. So here's the thing. We see they finally run out of bullets in that back of that damn getaway vehicle in Mexico. Loco hit a damn Doom buggy, jump, fly in the air, crash the vehicle. They got to get to the chopper. Damn helicopter dropping down while the dudes is on their ass. And they try to get to the chopper. It's a damn chopper coming to pick them up. But they pinned down. Loco got shot in Mexico. He run to the chopper. He gets shot. He's down. Meech, he run out of bullets. Terry run out of bullets. Meech like, we got to go save Loco. Terry like, hell no, nah, we got to get out of here. You were supposed to save some bullets to cover me. Let's go. So Meech breaks out to go save Loco. And in the narration, you can hear Terry saying, Meech might have been ready to die for the plug, but I wasn't. And so instead of going to help Meech and Loco, Terry break out, run right past them, and jump in the helicopter and tell Meech, get in, come on. Now, here's the deal. Terry later told them at the end when they talked about it that he was thinking of the family, they mama, they blood brothers. Them and Loco ain't blood brothers. You was worried more about him than me, your own flesh and blood. Like, you crazy. And Meech said, ain't nothing more important than the plug. If you are thinking business, yes. But when business is mixed with your family, you can't say the plug is more important than your brother. So if Terry would have got killed, you'd still had the plug though. So what? You'd have paid for the funeral and paid for some stuff, and then I guess it's all good because you still in business. BMF gonna be better than ever now because my brother died for this. Like, enough with the corny slogans and tributes. I'd rather be alive and you can keep the damn corny slogans and tributes. So I get that. Now, as a business person, I get what Meech is saying. And if it wasn't his brother and it was just a soldier, maybe you would say that as a cold-hearted drug dealing businessman, you know. But when that is your brother, that y'all grew up together, blood brothers, been through from womb to tomb, same mother, father, all the stuff y'all been through, that's kind of hard. So, and here's the other thing of that. Say Meech and Terry did leave Loco behind and they got away and Loco got killed. How is it that the plug can say how y'all make it, but my man didn't? Did y'all kill him? Did y'all set him up? They could possibly have retaliation for that. So you couldn't just leave him, but you don't have to die for him. But then again, they may have already been dead because they did get caught by the federales and different stuff. They, without Loco help, he didn't have to save them. He could have said, you know what, those little chocolitos, I let them rot in the prison. I get new connect. I go and talk to Jay Pusher. He could have did that and left them to rot in that Mexican prison. So he did put his ass on the line for them. So I get, that's why I say Meech is not wrong. Neither is Terry, but oh my goodness, that was a hell of a choice. But like a Sophie's choice, right? You got one dope dealer, he's alive, but he's in this box. You don't know because you can't see it in the box. So is he alive or dead? You don't know if the dope man is alive or dead. It's a dopey's choice. No, but you know, it's difficult, man. And me, with my little half a second of information of the life, I never claimed to be an expert on this stuff. I may know more than a half a second, but it ain't something I try to say I'm the you know, the authority on. But especially since so much has changed in the world. But this is closer to the years that I wouldn't be familiar with. And so if I was Terry, Because Meech was there with Loco helping him already, I would have stopped and I would have tried to help him, and I would have been crossing my damn booty cheeks, fingers, toes, everything I could that we get on this chopper and don't get shot. And if this would have went different, and because they showed Terry get on the chopper and he's saying, get on. And the pilot is saying he's about to leave and they start to pull off, I would have jumped out. I would have. I would have jumped out as soon as he started to lift. I would have jumped out when he got more than 10 feet off the ground. I ain't about to say I'm jumping out no damn helicopter. I would have jumped out as soon as he lifted, or I'd have tried to make him stop or something. If he wouldn't, I'd have jumped out because I wouldn't have wanted to have that conversation or explain how I left you there. Because I know how I would feel trying to hear that on the other end. And one of the things growing up, not even so much in the life, but in the life, just living in the city, if you all together, you supposed to leave together. If y'all get in a fight, me and you go somewhere and then you get in a fight, but we together, then we both got to get into the fight. We gonna either both get up, beat up, or we gonna both beat that ass. You know what I mean? Either way, I can't be like, well, that's your problem. I didn't say nothing to him. So you just let me get beat up. You ain't do like, I mean, I didn't want to get into it. No, we would have a problem. We would have a big problem. So yeah, he shouldn't have left them. Terry was wrong for leaving them, and I would feel just like Meech would. But Meech shouldn't have. I mean, good grief. Like I say, it's a hard choice right there with Loco and them, man. It was no good choice. Anyway, JKE, you say, why the show moving so fast, LMAO? They went from 3 months later to 3 years later. I know, right? It seemed like it was 3 years later because Terry Belly was so big. But you can see at the end, which I mean, of course, I said it already, but I knew that place was about to get shot up. But Nicole Baby was still a baby. It was only probably 3-month old baby. And what was that? Breeze or Worm? Which one is which? I forget. Talking about, yeah. She said, don't worry, it ain't your baby. It wouldn't have been a bad thing if it was. She like, she a little too hot in that little booty over there. Straight up. She loving that attention. Marquise X, I still think it's Worm's baby. That's what I said when she first was saying that. But they ain't brought it up yet. But I said that baby go not look like Shorty. And that's when everybody gonna realize that little worm done snuck through. Yeah, Taylor collects. You said they played DMX too. I'm thinking it was just playing, but it wasn't the club music. They did play that DMX, which it was like, what? I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. I got to get back on my feet so I can tear shit up. I know that wasn't exactly how it go, but that did bring back some memories, man. I miss the 90s and the 2000s, man, and life, man. I know I made some choices, boy. We all have that we would like some do-overs. But man, dang. Anyway, what else happened this episode? Hold on, let me get to this comment. JKE said, hey Jay, the ending sequence with Meech getting caught for a club murder. I wonder if that's the rendition of the dude Wolf, Diddy's homeboy and bodyguard murder. You know, I was thinking not exactly of that, but kinda, because I think it's only one incident, but it may have been two or three. Actually, they had a few incidents of what happened at them clubs. One person got murked at the club because they touched or bumped into one of their cars. and they got out and beat him to death, stomped him to death in real life, beat the hell out of him, literally. That ain't actually funny, but they beat his ass for touching the car or something, one of their cars. And then also, what else happened? Oh, it was a shootout in real life, and Meech got shot in the booty. He got he got shot in the ass in real life. He got shot in the ass. So uh, I wonder if they tried to show combine that, because didn't they show he get shot in the booty like in season 2 or 3 or something? Or did they just show him get regular shot? Regular shot. This a regular shot. This ain't no booty shot. You ain't getting no ass shots on me now. You gonna have to shoot me in the chest. The back shots. I don't take back shots. No, but he did get shot. And I believe in that shootout is when Horse got killed. It was Horse and another person. I think they both got killed, if I remember correctly. They were both went there and they got into it, and that happened. They were jealous or something over the BMF taking all the girls or had something or whatever, and it was a lot. I made a video about it, but I'm gonna get the link in case anybody didn't see it, because in that video I did have a lot more details. I don't even remember half of what was on there right now. But anyway, I'm wondering if they are gonna combine it or change it and made it that this dude got cut with the bottle, and they trying to make it look like Meech did. First of all, why did they carry that damn bottle all the way out of the club with it bloody and all of that? That's the man. I didn't understand why he did that one right there. Um, that was crazy. And the way that bottle was cut up, like, oh hell no. I wouldn't have been holding that damn bottle. So that was crazy. But I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I thought, because we see before that happened, I'll rewind it back. We see they at the club, right? And Shorty just told Meech she ain't drinking because she pregnant. So I'm thinking she don't look like Meech's mama, but people, I used to always think this when I was younger, because I would see my dad and he would show me like pictures of when he was younger. But by the time, so my dad, he was like 35 when I was born or something. So he was like 45 when I'd be like 10. And so I'd be looking at the pictures of him or whatever. And I'd be like, when he was 20 or something like that. Of course, kid pictures or whatever, we look different, a lot of us, but in his 20s, and I'd be thinking like, dude, you look nothing alike. Like, I would never know this is the same person. And I used to always think, I hope that don't happen to me, which now I look back and I feel like it did happen to me. Probably a lot worse, if anything. Anyway, it happened to me on the extreme level. But anyway, um, maybe she don't look the same as when she was younger or similar. Anyway, the year kind of doesn't add up. But then again, I don't know how old Lil Meech is. Matter of fact, I should check. But if it's the year 2000, that means he'd be what, 25? Good grief, man. The year 2000 was 25 years ago. Saying that sounds crazy to me. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, I remember when year 2000 cars was coming out. Man, you got the year 2000? What? That car is a classic car right now, 2000 car. You driving the year 2000? What the hell wrong with you, man? That thing still work? Anyway, how old is Lil Meech? Let's see. Lil Meech is uh Demetrius Flannery Jr. He was born in 2000. So, hey, and if this is the year 99, he was born in April. So maybe that is his mom's. I thought I was sharing the screen. There we go. Damn, still not sharing the screen. Oh, there it is. All right. So, yeah, as you can see, April 22nd, 2000. So maybe that is his mama, which I'm sure that's kind of interesting to play your dad and you meeting your mama and you creating yourself. That's kind of weird. But what I was thinking was when they were in the club and then Shorty, ain't she the one that hit him with the bottle? But when she got knocked over and stuff, I thought that she was gonna probably lose the baby or something. But one of the things that I had saw that I thought was kind of tripped out, but maybe a woman, y'all ladies can tell me it from a different perspective. But in my opinion, and from what I saw, it looked like Shorty that was with Meech at first, she walked out. He didn't get rid of her. She left. She wanted to get closer, do this and that. And because he wasn't ready for that, she left. So then she see him at the club, and I guess he kept it 100, telling her, "Hey, look, I got a baby on the way. I can't really do that." And she talking about that's messed up. What's messed up? He wasn't cheating on her. They broke up. She left. It wasn't like he got rid of her. She left. That's like Lucille being upset that Charles ain't coming back to Detroit. Coming back for what? To sit in the house with your ass? Ain't no Nikki, ain't no kids, nothing, and you about to be going on dates. He supposed to watch that, and you complain about how he ain't this and that. Your ass is crazy. Ain't nobody coming back for that. You done lost your damn mind. Then she want to cry and stuff when you by yourself and ain't that. That's what you wanted, ain't it? You better put that coat on and go to the damn local bar, the tavern, catch some old player on the rebound. Hey there, young Slender. Anyway, yeah, Meets 25. JKE, I can't take Scott Jackson seriously. I'm sorry, man. I guess Scott Jackson is shorty. Crystal. Hey, Crystal, that's for real, though. Yvonne Cox. That is 25 years ago. I had a 99 Chevy Lumina. I had a 99 Chevy Lumina. Hey, when I first got that, a couple people thought I was doing pretty good. They like, damn, okay. I didn't know you was rolling good. You got a Lumina? Okay. You got a Lumina? I got a Chevy Lumina. I remember when they made a Lumina minivan. I was like, oh no. Oh my goodness, Brandon Bates. I was starting middle school in 99. LOL. You making me feel old, man. You say, yeah, starting middle school in 99. My last year of school, period, was in 2000. That's the last year I ever been to school in my life. The last year I ever been to school. I've been learning on the school of hard knocks ever since, man. Damn, man. 99, you was starting middle school and I was done with school. Andre Toppin, I didn't even get to see 99. I was born in 2000. I was just about to say, how you ain't get to see 99, but you here today? How's that possible? That's how slow I am sometimes, man. I'm about to say, how you do that? And you here now? Jay Sean Brown just started high school in 99. So damn, you was in high school when 9/11 started. Wow. I wonder what that was like and what people was thinking and doing and things, man. That's crazy. Marquise X, why was Trail in Platinum Palace trying to stick up Meech? Man, that was corny, wasn't it? What it was I think that's too. What's up, Rashonda? I think that is Platinum Palace. Damn, Crystal. Everybody want to make me feel old tonight, huh? I think Platinum Palace, in my opinion, is Magic City. That's what I think. And so, especially now that they bringing out coincidentally the Magic City documentary with Shaq. Magic City, ball, a dog ball, a dog booty big, a boo, and we had the contract. It was hey, I should clear me. We were trying to do Magic City, big movies. Anyway, I think that's Magic City. So Magic City was the most popular, or allegedly. I'm sure people that visited that stuff and lived there would probably say Magic City was cool, but such and such was better. Anyway, it was a popular hangout for a lot of dudes to spend money. I'd have to have a lot of money. Yeah, if I get a million or two, I'm gonna start going to strip clubs. Okay, I'm gonna drop some dollars on some booty cheeks. I ain't about to lie to you. Hey, I'll be the first to admit it. But as a working man, I can't do that. I can't give you no couple $100 an hour or in few minutes. What? Speaking of that, Kill Tony, it was a dude on there talking about he go what every 3 months to the strip club and splurge. I would feel really bad saving money to go to a strip club. Anyway, let me get the millions. We're going Nah, I'm just playing a little bit. Playing a little bit. Anyway. I think that Magic City. So all these dudes, they keep coming there. I think that's why they end up bumping into each other there. I don't think Trail was trying to follow Meech, but they keep going to the same spot, which in my experience in Chicago, yeah, sometimes you do go to the same spot. You know, people you don't necessarily get along with are going to be there because you don't want to not go there because of them, because you'd be like, they ruining my fun. They winning. F them. And I get that mentality. But also, that's dumb because you're putting yourself in a position to have problems, which has happened. Now, if you say, let's go to this other spot to avoid this, that's smart, but could be perceived as bowing down, giving up, being weak, pussing out. And so a lot of times these people that do have beefs end up in the same spot because neither one want to back down or think rationally. It's all alpha male ego stuff, you know what I mean? Peacocking. I see both sides of it. If I was Meech or Trail and I was going to this spot, I'm not going to stop going because of either one of them. Like, I wouldn't stop going because of Trail. And if I was Trail, I wouldn't stop going because of Meech. I'd be like, F them. This our spot. This where I go or whatever. I ain't about to stop going because of them. So, but either one was dumb. And also, although Meech girl is a stripper or she works there or is a bottle girl, I guess she ain't a stripper, but she worked there. Why hang out at a strip club when you got your girl? But I guess what he gonna do? Sit in the house and play video games? Watch Jay Leno? So I guess they want to go somewhere and hang out, do something, but I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to do the Moorescore rating in a second, but what else I was gonna say about this episode? Oh, Terry, he moving to California with Markeisha. He wasn't even gonna tell Meech. Meech like, come on, tender dick, tender dick. You moving out there with Markeisha? He trying to get close to the plug. They done fractured the damn organization. They got Hoop split in the middle. Terry, he, man, I don't know, man. Looking at this as the show presents it, um, and Andre, I'm with you, man. If you a rider, boy, that is a high quality to have, much higher than big booty and boobies. Anyway, the way the show presents their brotherly relationship mixed with this business, I am leaning towards Terry probably being the problem with this organization. Now, should he follow Meech because he's the older brother and that's the only reason why? Not necessarily, no. But and I'm not saying Meech don't have any problem with what's going on, but Terry, from the way it was still trying to go to school and do things, and he jumped in with Meech. Now, eventually, they become equals in the game, but Terry kind of likes to make his own decisions and things, which is cool. Not saying he shouldn't, but by not communicating with Meech, it made Meech feel a certain kind of way, which created their rift and animosity. You know, it made him feel disrespected or they going against, and then by the way he handled it and the way that he go against Terry, it only escalate and do things like, I think another thing that Meech maybe made a mistake is kept talking about Markeisha. I mean, yeah. And sometimes when a person is heart is all tangled into stuff, a lot of us that's been around a while, you could be somebody could be in a bad relationship and you trying to help us say this or that, but they'll end up being mad at you and staying with that person they all in love with, even though it's probably not the best situation for them. And it kind of a little of that happened with Terry, whereas he chose Markeisha and being with her over Meech. Now, I'm not saying you can't choose your woman over your brother or whatever, because you got to be a man and start your own path to a certain extent. But she is kind of messed up for the organization and stuff. And then with the B-Mickie stuff and not telling him and other things and other rips, I can't go down all of memory lane. But like all gangsters, loyalty. Loyalty is what comes first. And I'll clarify that a little bit for some that don't understand why gangsters ask for loyalty first. And this is for every gangster, whether you a political gangster like Trump. I need loyalty, loyalty. I need loyalty. This is why gangsters ask for loyalty. Because you're doing criminal shit. You're a criminal. You're doing crimes. So I need loyalty because you ain't going to snitch on me. I need loyalty because you going to take the fall for me, your boss. Or you going to handle and do this dirt for me. And no snitching. That's why you need loyalty. Do you need loyalty from a McDonald's worker? I mean, yeah, you hope they ain't putting boogers in the damn burger. But you're not doing any criminal act. Well, some of that food is kind of criminal. I ain't ate at McDonald's in years. I think the last thing I had was a fillet of fish, which I ain't seen too many square fish in the sea, so I don't even know about that. Anyway, if you ain't involved in crimes or shady activity, you don't want somebody to just be a scammer or a backstabber. But for the most part, most people don't ask a loyalty. You know what I mean? If you my friend, I don't want you to be shady. I ask of that much of you as far as loyalty. Don't try to, if I fall asleep, steal my wallet. But I wouldn't have you as a friend if I thought that. But anyway, that's what this gangster stuff is. So I think they have a lack of trust and loyalty. And when you in this world where you can go to jail, your life literally is on the line, where somebody could kill you or put you in jail or all kind of stuff. That's how they live. And so, yeah, he feels, Meech feels Terry got more loyalty for Markeisha and wherever he parking his little Cadillac. And I think that's part of the problem, the main beef. And I think then I can't remember. Y'all let me know in the comments. But didn't when Meech got shot? No, that was Lamar. I was about to say, didn't that have something to do with Markeisha? But no, that was Lamar that shot him. So yeah, but still, they got a lot going on with Markeisha that probably could have been avoided. Anyway, this episode, time for the Moorescore rating. But me personally, I think this was one of the better season finales on TV shows I watched lately. Um, I enjoyed it better than The Shy. The Shy was interesting. It had its good moments, but I think how they took out Lynn Whitfield and did a couple other things. The Shy seemed a little sloppier than this sometimes. Not that this is the smoothest. It's not Breaking Bad or The Sopranos, but it is pretty good story. And you know, that's what it's all about. Anyway, let me give this rating on what I think for this episode, and then we get back to it. All right, the Moorescore, my rating system. Try to be non-biased, but simple. 4 categories, 25 points max for each category. And I always, keep a point 0.5 margin of error, for flexibility, I guess. Anyway, let's kick it off with the first one, visuals and cinematography. I think they did a good job with the visuals for this episode. One thing I have been watching, CJ asked what I've been watching lately. Now, this came by accident, I will admit. And this is not something that I normally watch. Actually, I never watch. So it's interesting to me for a couple different reasons, but it's kind of, anyway. After the Shy on Paramount Plus app, if you leave the Shy and it goes off, they'll start playing other stuff. Well, they started playing Star Trek Voyager, which this came out in the 90s, late 90s. Actually, The Rock was in one episode. I'm like, that's The Rock. That turned out to be, I think, his first or second appearance. Anyway, looking at that show, I'd be thinking a lot like, wow, they spend a lot of money on set design for Star Trek. Although some of this stuff don't hold out that good. But anyway, my point is, I think this episode they did spend good money on locations. No, they don't make a Star Trek spaceship. But the set design for this episode was pretty good. The Mexico thing, they had a helicopter. I mean, that mansion that Meech was getting, that boy was fire. And Charles being there and things, which I'm interested to see how that's gonna all play out. They might start taking him to Platinum Palace. But what was I? Oh, but overall, I think they did a good job with that. We also see they had what, an abandoned shopping mall for the scene, the showdown with B-Mickie and Lamar, where they had the shootout. I think they did a pretty good job on this. They had the little cemetery scene. They did a good job. I'm gonna give them with the visuals. Then the visuals of Lamar going. He talking about 9 lives. I like how in the hospital they had Markeisha in the hospital, and Tawana said, "You're a little alley cat. You're a little alley cat with that old puss. Got 9 lives. You just lost one or two, didn't you?" Uh-huh. Anyway, I would give this episode out of 25, I'll give it a 23. I mean, they did bring a chopper. Storyline, plot. I'm going to give them some extra credit, or not extra credit, but good credit for how they weaved that little tricky story of how they're going to get rid of B-Mickie and Lamar. That was really creative. Kind of too perfect, don't get me wrong. I don't think it was flawless, but it was better than what other shows have done recently. Maybe they've lowered the bar, but I enjoyed how they did that. It had me thinking, and it was kind of interesting. The setup and everything. Bryant, that was smooth how they used B-Mickie body in the limos to move the work. They showed how you got to turn the temperature dial to a certain thing, make it pop out, and this and that. That is true. They did have it that unique and complicated. Although I'm not sure that it was a digital temperature gauge. But anyway, when they were leaving, Brian flicked that cigarette. Anyway, um, I think they did a good job with the storyline and plot for this episode. I did not like the going cross country in the hearse, and the girl only had to pee once. I thought that was kind of far fetched, but overall, I'm gonna give it a. I don't like how Meech left that club with the damn broken bottle, bloody, all in the sand. Why you do that? Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 23 out of 25. And then special effect, makeup, costumes. We did see dude bloody. They had the chopper. They had a lot of stuff for this episode. Markeisha in the bed. They wrapped her up like a mummy. We saw Mama put on that fur finally. Anyway, oh yeah, she done with the church too. She like, you know what? My boys may be one thing, but they are not that. I'm done. I'm gonna give it a 22 out of 25. And then lastly, most important category, entertaining, fun factor. How entertaining was the episode and enjoyable? And I enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. Only a couple moments, really probably one that stick out to me that I didn't like, which was, like I say, he going cross country with them in the back of the car. She didn't try to run away. They showed she finally was about to try, but he was waiting. I don't know. I just think she could have tried better, but maybe I'm being picky. Overall, I'll give it a another thing before I do the final rating. How in the world did Meech buy that mansion? I don't know how he bought the other house, but how could you buy this at his age, did he set up a LLC? You go buy that with how much money cash? What did they? Nobody. Oh my goodness. They don't have to notify. I don't know, man. Is he renting it out? Maybe he renting it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 24 out of 25 for enjoyability, entertaining, fun factor. It was an entertaining episode. I'm gonna watch it again. I may watch it a few times. So overall, this bring it to a 92 on the Moorescore. That's a real high rating for this episode. And I think it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Trying to think of anything that I may not have enjoyed this episode, but it's not that easy. I think they did a good job. Yeah, Andre, you give it a 23 out of 25 too. Steven, you say B-Mickie, RIP, RIP Lamar. I know, right? Stephen Harris, why would they bring him at the finale? LaWanda Head looked at the whole hot chicken mess. What? Why would they bring him at the finale? LaWanda Head looks at the whole hot chicken mess. Eh. Steve, you say Meech addicted to the strip club. I think you're right, man. I think you're right. And as a young dude, looking back at it, if I was Meech and I was rich doing what I was doing or whatever, living that life, I'd have probably went there too. What else he gonna do? He young. He don't really have. He don't know what else to do with his money at time. What else he about to do? Play tennis, travel, and that's what he should have been doing. Andre, you say 92 an accurate score. I give it a 93. Yeah, I appreciate it. I try to be, you know, non-biased with that. And I think that overall, yeah, they did a really good job with this episode. I don't like, and somebody did say something in the comments on another video when I said I'm tired of the Mexico Once Upon a Time in Mexico being stretched out to 10 episodes. And I'm glad it's over, but I would have liked to know what happened and how he left him and stuff a lot sooner. It would have explained a lot more about the tension that they had in the relationship. It would have helped us a lot better, in my opinion, understand what they were going through instead of finally understanding in the 10th episode that Meech feels like Terry abandoned him and that Terry don't listen and that Terry trying to go against him and stuff. So we kind of had some idea about the beef, but we didn't know that. CR, you say if I don't see Lamar head rolling on the ground separate from the body, I don't believe it. He gonna come back, rise from your grave. A lot of y'all don't know what that is. That's that Altered Beast right there. That's an old school video game. Altered Beast, boy. Rise from your grave. All you can do is kick and a punch and a kick. Tonette, better finale than the shot. I agree with you, Tonette. I think it was a better finale than the shy. No, but I think it was a better finale than the shy. I think the shy, the season story writing didn't set the finale up to be better, in my uh opinion. And the Shy had 12 episodes. They had two more episodes to get the story out. And I think that BMF's story was told better. It may have had a couple moments where I think it was actually a better story overall than the Shy this season. Maybe stretching out the little Mexico stuff could have been done differently. But if you rewatch the season of BMF season 4, and you can just watch all 10 episodes, which that's a lot of that's 10 hours or whatever your day. But if you was able to watch all the episodes close together at least, it probably would be a lot better. Steve, you right. I didn't notice, but somebody else is what they said. It would have removed CJ said it would have removed your curiosity if we would have known sooner, which is true. But that's good because now I can focus on what they're saying instead of always thinking and going back to something else. Because when you do that, you sometimes can miss what they trying to tell you next. But Steve, you say Lil Meech mama was a bottle girl. That part was true. Okay, well then there you go. Andre, you say way better finale than the Shy. The Shy is about female empowerment right now. Sadly, it does seem that way, doesn't it? I'm about to have to wrap this up shortly, y'all. I know I normally do the live call in, but I'm gonna have to do it Friday, because I ain't gonna be able to stay up too much longer, y'all. I'm sorry about that, but I will be back Friday, and I have more time. Um, but yeah, the Shy, I do think they kind of make it to where it's about women. Just they even said a line about why we gotta save the city or why we gotta fix everything or something like that. Like what? Anyway, I don't think all the men gonna fix it or all the women. I just think everybody work together. I don't like these divisions, especially in the in the hood in the community. You're gonna have men versus women and stuff like that. This is the only community where that happens. You don't see other communities where they divide and having the man and the woman butting heads all the time. So, you know, that's kind of played out in my opinion. But anyway, it does happen, but it should be worn out by now. Let's see. Booy Booyaka Bunga. Booyaka Bunga. Stop motions. Okay. So this season took place from 92 to 2000. That's about right. That makes sense. And then we see, of course, that CJ, you say you stayed awake. All right, man. I may try to come up, put the link in there, but I ain't really got another hour to go. But because I gotta get up early in the morning. But we gonna make it work, man. What was I saying? Oh, from 92 to 2000. Yeah, that sound about right. And then with the way they show with the music at the end, that was like a subliminal way of letting people know the uh the time and everything of what's going on with what's happening. Which I will give them credit. They doing a better job, although it did kind of move fast with Terry with that big old belly. He got that belly out of nowhere, didn't he? Anyway, um, I think they do a better job on time than Power did. At least the very first Power. I think as well as Tawik Book 2 Ghost. He's what? This dude, his timeline is crazy. How does he go to school? What year is he in? All the stuff, that's just crazy. So it's all good. CJ, all right, man. We'll make it work Friday. Hey, you say Terry got fat eating all that food in the restaurant. He ain't got to pay for no food no more. He making his own plates, doubling it up. Yeah, that'll get to you. He need to go to the strip club more. That'll make you lose weight trying to look good for them strippers. Strippers got a lot of problems too, man. I joke about if I had a million, I go to the strip club, and I probably would if I had $1 million. I wouldn't be giving it to their ass, but strippers, man, they got a lot of issues. Straight up, man. I wouldn't necessarily want to be with a stripper. Not that I'm trying to say they bad people or whatever, but you better have a lot of patience. Straight up. This man, I'd rather have me a nice lady, good head on her shoulders. Loyalty. I need loyalty. We're criminals. But you definitely want that. But yeah, man, I wouldn't want no damn stripper. That's crazy. Booyaka Bunga, you say, I just really can't believe they ended the series like that. I really wish that this show could have been so much better. This had a lot of potential until those last 2 seasons. What you mean? What you mean they ended the season like that? What's the problem? It's not what you mean. I'm lost. That Meech what got pulled over? I mean, it is gonna be interesting to see how he gonna get out and stuff. I know what happened with the true story thing, but um it will be interesting to see with this bottle and stuff, which I don't even know if this is part of the true story or not. It's not something that I remember hearing, but I'm interested to see that, and then I'm interested to see what's going on with them in LA and stuff. I mean, I don't know what's the problem. Like for you to let me know. And also, if anybody want to know a little more about BMF story, I did make another video. I'm putting the link in the description if y'all want to check it out. It's about the true story of what happened, and you get a little more information on that. Yvonne, man, Terry belly look fake, like they forcing it. Man, that belly looks so fake. That belly looks so fake. And it looked like it was hard for him to walk and move with it. He tried to move from around the counter like they wanted us to notice that belly. He didn't walk around with it natural. TSGJ. Are we getting to season 5 or 50 still canceled it? That's a great question right there. That's the $1 million, multi-million-dollar question right there. I hope 50 ain't cancel it. I really hope he didn't, man. But that's how it goes sometime in the game, you know. That's why most people, even though we all got to do it at one point in our life, at least most of it, 99% of it, it's not good working for somebody else because they can cut that water off. It'd be good to make your own stuff, but the way life works, unless you born attached to somebody already wealthy, you're gonna have to work for somebody else because it's people that got more than you. And you ain't got much. You gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll see. I hope he didn't cancel it also, Andre. Um, that would be kind of petty. But 50 has been known to be petty at times. So even at 50 years old, 50 Cent, 50 years old, y'all. 50 years old, man. Wow. I remember when he came out. I can't believe that's been that long ago. Over 20 years ago, 50 Cent been in the game. Wow. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Yvonne, that's going to be my last comment. You say, I did not think we get a season 4 because of 50 beef with Big Meech. Well, I might have agreed with that, but I had already heard that they were completed filming or near completion or something like that. So you ain't gonna normally you won't put in that much work or film that much and not complete it. It has been done before with maybe an episode or two in the business. It's probably a story of a whole show being filmed and they didn't put it out. It is a story of Jamie Foxx, which I hate that he did this. I really hate that Jamie Foxx did this. But he made a movie called All-Star Weekend that's supposedly really good, really funny. It got Robert Downey supposedly playing a Mexican. He in brown face. That movie's been made for a few years now, and Jamie Foxx won't release it. He produced it, he paid. And for people that don't know, you get paid as an actor just like everybody else. You get a weekly paycheck. Even if you're getting $1 million to be in this show, they break it down per hour or week. They don't just give you $1 million check and then you show up. No, they pay you every 2 weeks through the payroll. You get a check if it be 200,000 a week or whatever, and so they get the check. So when they go and do this stuff, they're getting paid as they film. It don't matter if it comes out or not. They still get paid. For example, it's a movie. CJ was asking what I watch. You want to see something too short? Produced a movie called Freaky Tales, which used to be one of Too Short's most popular songs. These are the tales, the freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well. I met this girl the other day. Anyway, I won't go break it down too much. Her name was Beth. Her coochie, it smelled like death, but I was all up in her trying to hold my breath. That wasn't the exact verse, but it was close enough. Anyway, he worked with HBO and made a show called Freaky Tales, a movie, and it's got Jay Ellis from Insecure playing Sleepy Floyd from the NBA, and he used a samurai sword and chop up a bunch of people. It's probably, of course, not real, but it was entertaining. Anyway, I forgot why I even brought that up. Let me get up out of here, y'all. That show, I'm getting tired. Oh, talking about shelving it. That's why I brought it up. Because the guy, Angus Cloud, is in that movie. Angus Cloud is the dude from Insecure that had the scar on his head that took himself out the game. Well, that movie, Freaky Tales, just came out on HBO, straight to HBO. Just came out this last week. But dude got took out the game, took himself out the game. I think it was a year, 2 years ago now. Movies come out a lot later sometimes than TV show. TV show is a year behind. If you see a TV show, it's almost always a year after they filmed it, a minimum of 6 months. If they push out a TV show and then it's on the air in 6 months, that's fast. Because they got other stuff to release too, you know. It ain't even about that they get their job done. They got other stuff to put on the air, and it's only so many minutes in the day that you can play stuff. So, that's what take a lot. But my point is, Jamie Foxx, All-Star Weekend, he paid all those people already too. They got their money, and he ain't even gonna bring it out. Which, damn, that's sad. Let me see before I go. Uh, I know I say that all the time, but anyway, where's All Star Weekend? Oh, I ain't got it on here. Anyway, my mind be starting to tweak out as I get more tired and older, man. What am I don't like how they change these updates on stuff, but then you got to relearn stuff all the time. I had to update my computer to the new operating system. I should have did it a long time ago, but I didn't want to relearn putting this here and moving that and stuff. It's starting to get harder for me. And I gotta wear glasses, and I went to the B&B and they was telling me to fill out something. I wrote my birth date on there. They like, no, you supposed to put today's date. I'm like, oh my God, I can't see. I'm gonna have to start carrying my damn glasses with me, man. Anyway, this is just something I got a pet peeve about. I know I got distracted from the show, but this just show, man. Sometimes they can make something and don't put it out. Jamie Foxx, man. When did they make this? Anyway, look at these people: Gerard Butler, Robert Downey, Benicio del Toro, Eva Longoria, Jeremy Piven, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, Portia, Lou Nell. That's Tyron Turner. That's from Minister Society. Inanna Sarkis. I don't know who that is. Well, the game is in this. I know he mad because he ain't even got no damn acting credits. This could have put him out there. He might have did a good job and got other roles. And see, that's another thing, especially with movies. I don't know her, but let's just say, for example, what if this role could have blew her up to be the next big whatever in Hollywood or in movies, and then they just shelved the movie? Damn, man. This movie like 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. 2017. Damn. That's 8 years ago. Wow. 8 years ago. That's a damn shame, man. People should do a petition and make Jamie Foxx release that damn movie. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I like this episode of BMF. It was fire. It was a dope finale. We learned what happened in Mexico. We know why they got the rift. We see what's going on with mama, daddy, sister, the brothers. Rest in peace to B-Mickie, Lamar. He thought he was going to take out B-Mickie, and then B-Mickie's baby mama and daughter was going to be with him. Well, you took out our man, so you won us over. We're your prize. What, he thought he was a caveman? Anyway, it was a good episode. I'm interested to see what happened with Meech for the next season. I don't want it to be no courtroom drama, though. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to be back Friday. We're going to break it down some more. Chop it up. I'm going to put in a link for the live comments. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Deuces. I'm out.